All right, here we go. We got a zippity whiz bang. We got to get this going. We got a lot of ground to cover. Welcome to Let's Talk About It with Yogi Hamm. I'm Yogi Hamm, and this is my garage. This is where we come shoot these videos and we talk about stuff. And tonight I was asked to do a video about sodas, and I did that. About if you called it soda or if you called it pop. We did that one. I told a little bit about being a Mountain Dew-aholic for a long time. 50 damn years. So anyhow, what happened was, my granddaddy Tophat lived not too far, so I was over there a lot, and he had this screened-in porch, and they'd had a damn screened-in porch where you just go in there and you chat and enjoy the weather without the bugs getting in your face and stuff. But he had a freezer out there too, big upright freezer, and then right next to it, he had back a long time ago, before sodas come in them plastic circles, they come in wooden crates, boy. And so Granddaddy Tophat, he loved his set 'em up, and when they'd have a big old sale, he'd get a bunch of them crates of it. And it stacked up. There was 2 rows, 2 deep. So there was 4 damn stacks. I was a little kid then, but it was tall as a damn freezer. So I drank a lot of 7-Up over there, and that was his favorite too, But then we took a trip, boy. I took a trip with Granddaddy Tophat, Granny Crenshaw. He's going to visit Cherokee, North Carolina. And I said, and he was like, "You want to go? We're going to go. If you go, we'll take you to this little place called Ghost Town in the Sky." And I was like, "What's that?" And they said, "You drive in, it's not Cherokee, North Carolina, it's called Maggie Valley. But it's right next to Cherokee, North Carolina. And up on top of this mountain, they put up this town, this old ghost, like western town. And they made all them stores. They made them like souvenir shops and a saloon you can go in and get you something to drink and get a burger or something. And then later, they even added rides up there. But when I was there, it's just the western town. But every hour, on the hour, boy, they'd have these actors come out and start a big old gunfight, and you had to clear the road. They'd come out, had people clear the road, and so you had to stay up on them boardwalks in front of them buildings. But they had them people come out. And there's a story about this that I mentioned that movie Deliverance a long time ago in one of the early videos. Told you to go watch that, but it wasn't a real version of a movie and a song, so I just mentioned it. I didn't go into it in any depth. I just dared you to go watch it. Knowing what I know happens. Anyway, a young Burt Reynolds worked up there at that ghost town in the sky, and he's one of them gunfighter dudes. And he knew one of them other dudes. It was like a hillbilly-looking gunfighter dude. And so when Burt Reynolds got in Deliverance, that director was like, "Okay, we got everybody in place to play all these parts, but this one, we need that hillbilly with the teeth missing, and we got to get a good one." And Burt Reynolds remembered that feller that he worked with up there. So Burt Reynolds called that feller and said, "Hey, go meet this guy for an interview, see if you can get this job." And that dude showed up in his bibs and old dirty holy t-shirt and his sit-go hat, and he walked in, and that director said, "Did Burt tell you to dress like that to try to influence me?" And that guy said, "Dress like what?" He got the part, but I'm gonna go further into that because I'm gonna go ahead and do a whole damn movie and a song episode of that. But that's what this place was, and so we was going there, right? So we went there. I went there 2 times. Went once, just me, Granny Crenshaw, and Granddaddy Tophat, and then I went again, and we had Mama and my sister Patty with us. I got to go up there twice for that. But the first time we went, I was like 5 or 6, something like that. And we was going up Cherokee and go to Ghost Town, and then we was going on up into Gatlinburg, passing through to go to a little place in Tennessee. Little camping spot and fishing. But so when we left Ghost Town and we was headed to Gatlinburg, we hit the gas station to fill her up. And Granddaddy Tophat said, I'm gonna go in and get us some snacks and some drinks for the trip. And he come back with sodas for everybody, and he had crackers, little packed crackers for everybody, and some chips. And then, but I figured he'd get me, set him up. He didn't. He gave me a green bottle, but it had, the label was painted on back then. They had a stamp with colors on it and go, poof, get some color on it, poof, next bottle, boom, poof, like that. And it was white and red, and there's a little hillbilly running like this. Oh, you can't see me, but one foot's up like I'm running. And he's holding an old-timey musket in his hat. He had a dang bullet going through his hat. And you could see the little bullet, and you could see the line where it's coming from. I'm going to tell you something, boy. I tasted that. It was like a light went off, and I had seen the universe for the first time. And I went on, like I said, I think I was about 6, and I was about, when I quit drinking it, I was about 55, I think. Maybe a little more than that, but that's a damn almost 50-year relationship with a damn soda. I drank that shit all the time. I mean, all the time. That was my drink, boy. Had shirt with it on there, had bumper sticker with it on there. I had a hat, but it got chewed up by a dog. Wasn't even my dog. Not even sure it was a dog at all. It was just found in the backyard all chewed up. I guess it could have been one of them damn Clayton boys. But these wild animals, what they were, hooligans. They gone though. Woohoo! They gone out the holler. I think I told y'all that we're going to do a video about it. But anyhow, so yeah. So from like 1968 to 2008, somewhere like in that, I was a Mountain Dew guy. But I had to give it up. Because, and I'm going to catch a lot of flack for this, but this is how it is, and I got to hurry up because we're getting close to budget. I didn't like them Earnhardts. I just didn't. Never did. Never did, never did, never will. And if you got to be mad now because that's your boy, and we can't be friends, and yeah, we can't be friends because we disagree on something. That's the dumbest ass thing I've ever heard in my life, but you be you, I guess. Anyhow, I didn't like them. And so when that dang and I'll talk about that in another when we talk about racing. Yeah, when Mountain Dew sponsored that damn Junior's car, I said, I'm done. I'm done Mountain Dew. I ain't doing it. And I quit. I quit cold turkey. You know what I did? Switch right back to 7-Up. Now, I did slip up one time. Me and my daughter and my son went to eat out on I forget, fancy occasion for something. We went to eat at Applebee's. And but a lady come up and said, can I start y'all with something to drink? She ain't ready to talk like that. She said, can I start y'all with something to drink? And my kids were like, Dr. Pepper and then Sprite. And then I was like, give me Mountain Dew. And she said, okay, and she walked off, and I got my menu ready, was looking, and I looked up, and my daughter and son was looking at me like this. And I'm like, what? And they just keep looking at me. And I'm like, what? What's going on? And then I figure, they just messing with me. They're trying to see if they can just stare at me and trying to be funny. Try to get me going, what the hell? All right, so I'm not playing it. So then she brought the drinks. I put that straw in, started sipping on it, and after my 3rd or 4th sip, I look up at my daughter, and she's looking at me like it. And I'm like, what? But as I was saying what, I realized, oh, crap. Dang it. So, but I had to finish it, because I didn't have nothing else. I wasn't going to waste it. So I drank that, but that was the last one. Until I went over, they had a thing where was it? I think it was a church thing, but there's a Mountain Dew. They said, we got you Mountain Dew, Yogi. And I said, okay, well, I've been off the Mountain Dew for like 8, 9 years now, but okay. I didn't say nothing because, at least they thought of me this time. And I tried drinking it, and it's just like I was drinking perfume. And I tried to drink it one other time, and it just tastes like I'm drinking out of one of them ornate, curvy, damn perfume bottles. What tastes like you drinking right out of that. I got fond memories of it. But I don't think I'm ever going to partake again because it just tastes like cologne or perfume or something. I don't know. But I switched, man. I had switched. Made me a little sad when I had that one that tastes like so bad. But I had switched. And, but that's it. That's it. I know I'm going to catch some grief for my opinions on them or I didn't like them. I didn't like the daddy, and then when the son come along, I didn't like the way he come along. I didn't like the way he got all that right off the bat, didn't have to work for it. But anyway, that'll be in another one. We'll talk about that, and y'all can leave comments on it. Tell me what you think. We disagree. I don't care. Anyway, the song I want you to go listen to was, it was written like in 1928. But then some people come along, because they got USA, the guy that wrote it in 1928, he was a USA guy. Well, then he got credit for it, and then Ireland said, we had damn, from 1916, we wrote that very same damn song that you're singing. You just changed it so it sounded like a hillbilly singing, is all you did. So there's a big controversy about that. There too, the Irish one, the US one. The Irish wrote it first, but I don't know. I ain't never heard the Irish version. Might need to go look that up sometime. Let's both go do that and talk about it in the comments. Tell me what you think about it. Anyway, version I want you to hear was done in 1964. I was a year damn old then, boy. And so it's by, I want you to look this fella up. He's a little bitty old man. Played banjo and sang country music. Bluegrass too. He did bluegrass and country. But his name was, I don't know what his real name was, but his name was Grandpa Jones. And he's on a show, a bad show called Hee Haw. And it was all, they had country music, singers come out and lip sync to their crap. They had that damn George Jones on there, Conway Twitty, they had him on time. And they had these little skits where these hillbillies lay around in front of this cabin talking about all the stuff they needed to do, but they wasn't gonna. And I had these good-looking women up in Daisy Dukes laying around on the porch around too, doing that. But Grandpa Jones would do a skit where he'd be acting like he's wiping a window down, and so the crowd would yell, "Hey, Grandpa, what's for supper?" like that. And then he'd stop wiping that, but then he'd like lean out of it and start telling you, "Ooh, tonight we having hog jaws and beet juice, corn on the cob, fresh string beans, and a slice of cornbread and a slice of apple pie." And then the crowd would go, like that. But every time he'd say something different, they was having. And I got to thinking, I was like, you know what? I bet when he goes home, he don't have none of that. I bet it's just a skit. When I started learning about how shows work, I said, I bet that boy don't give me that. Anyway, the song called Good Old Mountain Dew. Yeah, good old Mountain Dew, talking about moonshine. But, yeah, that's Grandpa Jones, 1964. Good old Mountain Dew. Go listen to him do that. Bet you never heard that before. Most of you probably. Some of you might have. I don't know. How do I know? I don't know what all you heard or not. Put it in the comments if you have heard it. And when you listen to it, come back and tell me what you think. It's just an old-timey country song. It's fine. Don't have no cuss words in it. No boats and hoes. All right, we gotta go. Bye.